right, not people. Mr. Daddy White is very intoxicated right now, and I have taken over the knots, which is fucking ridiculous because I should not be taking over absolutely anything. This all has been distorted, which is fucking wonderful, by the way. I have taken over everything in the world, which is fantastic. I have kept Trap Lover 69 here. Go ahead.
Thanks to Dawn's intoxication.
So today we are looking at Tomboy Outback, which is freaking wonderful because while I was growing up, I was a tomboy, and I think up until probably a year ago, my mom genuinely thought I was a lesbian because I love my t-shirts, I love my jeans, and I freaking love Converse and Vans.
Thanks, Juan.
So,
Trap Lover 69 for shitting on himself. The Tomboy Outback was a response to the Femboy Hooters meme, which was a overall gay theme, and then we had Tomboy Hooters, an overall straight theme.
So, I'm just gonna put this in. I don't know if you want to, but I'm going to. Yeah, I know my hair's on that mic. Anyways, we're not going to talk about it. It's my hair on top of my head, not any other hair. We're just going to leave that. So a tomboy, in the definition, when I Google tomboy definition, is a girl who enjoys rough,
sex,
noisy activities traditionally associated with boys. So, in my mind, my little Miss Beach mind, I think of a tomboy as someone who probably likes baseball, football, basketball, like very, well, maybe not basketball, but very boyish sports. So that's what I consider a tomboy. But if I Google Tomboy Outback, I find this very well-endowed girl, and by that I mean she has a nice ass, she has nice hips. I haven't seen her butt, but I guess she has a great butt.
But a tomboy is ripped. So we're looking at abs, we're looking at skinny waist. You can draw a tomboy with thick thighs, big breasts, but that's not a real tomboy. A tomboy has medium-sized breasts, medium-sized thighs, thick abs, and a okay ass at best.
I mean, by the person you're explaining,
yeah,
this is someone me as a straight female would be like, all right, this is my goal.
Very much so.
I feel like a tomboy in your definition is someone that I would love to be. I have recently have a kid, so I have a stomach, which I would love to get rid of, but I have nice boobs. So as someone who has a decent ass and nice boobs, if I were just to lose my stomach, would I still be a tomboy? Would I be considered a MILF simply because I have a kid?
Actually, a tomboy, I would argue, is abs with a smaller bust and smaller boobs.
So a tomboy would be something generally, and I'm just going to say this, not that they do this, but someone who like maybe binds her boobs to make them look smaller, not that does, that can bind her boobs, like bind herself to where her boobs look smaller so she looks more guy-ish.
Yeah, I would say it's a gym rat.
This Parent Break sponsored by
whiskey.
We let our Cambodian breast milk age for 7 years, making this the only whiskey for babies. When your kid just won't shut up, give them Wawa Whiskey today. Drink responsibly. 1% alcohol content per 100 milliliters. Pocket Shot LLC, Dallas, Texas.
So welcome to the halftime show, because these two drunk idiots can't do anything while so intoxicated. I am your host, Don, also known as Daddy White here on the Sweet Podcast, and I'm just going to give you a little breakdown about Tomboy Outback. The Urban Dictionary lists Tomboy Outback as a mythical place where tomboys go to serve you food. Do not ask for the strip steak special. The paralyzed spine is not worth it. Trust me, been there, done that. As you see, the lovely artwork on the cover of this episode is the main character from How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift, which is the ultimate tomboy. If you've ever wanted to watch an anime and learn how to work out, and I mean learn how to work out properly, this is the anime for you. It is very informative, and it is very, plot heavy? Yeah, let's go with plot heavy. The character in the artwork is the main character, and it's Hakubi. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I might not be. Voiced by the amazing Madeline Morris. Like all of the other restaurant memes, It comes off the heels of Femboy Hooters, and it was a response to it to have a more straight-themed meme. And they started a quote-unquote Weeb Wars, where some individuals would post memes burning down Femboy Hooters or burning down Tomboy Outback. There are also Change.org petitions, GoFundMe fundraisers, and Twitter accounts and Facebook pages, all dedicated to the fictional place. The normal Outback Steakhouse is my all-time favorite restaurant, and anytime somebody wants to take me somewhere for my birthday or etc., I always choose Outback as often as possible. Their broom bread is amazing, and they have some of the best hamburgers I've ever had. Tomboys definitely isn't my favorite female genre in anime, but it is highly respected, and a Tomboy Outback would be a lot more interesting to me than a Femboy Hooters. That much is true. The funniest story I have about Outback is when me and Anthony, El Pollo Loco on the Sweet podcast, used to work at Xmart. We were temporarily a part of the remodeling crew and were sent to multiple locations. And one location was far worse than the other one. And we absolutely hated being there. Every day was such a drag. But there was an Outback Steakhouse right down the road, so every lunch we would go there and get wasted. They had happy hour, and double shots were only like 50 cents more than a single shot. So it was like $7.50 for a double. And we'd have like 4. Minimum 2, maximum 6. You know, however bad the day was going. And since Xmart was paying for our bills, we would get the alcohol on a separate ticket not to draw suspicion. Now back to your regular scheduled program.
So, Tomboy Outback. Do you think there should be one in major cities? Like, general major cities?
Yes.
Or would you go?
Yes.
But, like, if it wasn't in our city, would you go?
Yes.
If it wasn't in our state, would you go?
Yes.
Would you expect it to serve anything but what Outback serves?
To experience what Outback serves, but out of state, just to be served, guaranteed by a Tomboy, actually, yeah, I would.
Would you?
Yes.
Even if it was to any rando state? I call it rando state. It's a random state that it's not like one of the major...
So, close to Texas, we have what? New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Louisiana.
Arkansas and Colorado. Well, I guess in the end, like, if you go to the very corner of all of them, yeah, they're not super far. And if it was at the very corner or semi-corner of all of them, I think any of us would go. Anyways, Tomboy Outback would be wonderful. I think any of these in the right city would do great. Honestly, I do. MILF Denny's might be an iffy one. Like all the other ones, as long as they're released in the correct city, we would be good. Don is going, or Daddy White is going to have to cut all of this out. However, we haven't talked about MILF Denny's, or no, we did. We didn't talk about Tomboy Outback. In conclusion, Tomboy Outback is medium boobs, fantastic fucking abs, which is fantastic if you're like an Alpha Lee or Gymshark model, because we're not good on that.
Never remembered my
else.
birthday.
Later.
Or paid child support. In fact, he usually just jabs me with a big stick. Ow!